Hello.
Hi, my name is Carlee Liesch. I'm with ITEC 451 LLC. Is it okay if I come in?
Sure.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Likewise, Josh.
Josh. Okay. Is it okay if I take a seat?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
perfect. So I was supposed to meet with Alejandro Cookies today.
Okay.
Is he in?
No longer with us, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
But so I met
How
with
do you
him.
know him?
I met with him a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about ITEC 451 working with Century Communities. We
Okay.
do waterworks and mechanical. So I'd love to talk to you about that today and see if there's a partnership we can get going here soon.
Okay. What'd you guys discuss? I mean,
So we talked about some issues that you have with your current supplier, and I want to double check with you if you have the same opinions as well.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see what those issues are, because Alejandro is fortunately no longer with us for certain reasons, so.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I love getting
Absolutely.
another opinion on this anyways.
Because I don't think we have any issues, so it'd be interesting to see what he's
Yeah, for
talking
sure.
about.
So some ideas that he's said are that you guys are having issues getting product when you need it from your suppliers.
Any specific product that he's saying?
He wasn't specific. I'd love to get into details if you are willing.
No, and what distribution, I mean, what other suppliers is he talking about? I guess we work with a couple different people that, become like close friends of mine, so
Yeah.
that's too bad.
He wasn't very specific. To get into details of what we sell C900 ductile iron, the Schedule 40 cell core, stuff like that for pipes. And then we also sell stuff like mega lugs, the mechanical joint fitting, stuff like that. So I wasn't sure. He didn't tell me specifically which supplier he was talking about.
Okay. So what are some of the issues, outside say those again?
So to start, he said that with the supply chain issues and everything, you guys weren't getting product when you needed it. So
Okay.
jobs were getting delayed.
So supply chain issues, you guys think you guys have mastered that then? I mean, you think you're in a different boat?
I have a solution for that problem that I'd like to give to you. So one idea that I have for this is we could do a safety stock for you.
Mhm.
So basically we'd get anything that you would need immediately in stock at our warehouse. So then as you need it, you can take out of that shelf that stuff specifically allocated toward you and your company.
Mhm.
The only condition is that after 18 months, you just pay off what's still there that hasn't been
Well, I
used.
don't want to pay off 18 months.
No.
Why should I be stuck with that?
No, so anything that doesn't get used. So, and we can discuss how much you want in that safety stock. If you want to start with a small amount, add into it as we go, we can do that as well, but that helps with the supply chain issue.
So before we do that, tell me, who's Carlee?
Carlee. So anyways, I worked with the company for 3 years. I graduated from UNK with an industrial distribution degree. I started in the counter inside sales, and then I have been in outside sales for a year now.
Okay.
So
how's that going for you?
It's going well. I'm slowly easing into adding more accounts into the people that I'm working with, basically making
Who
sure
do you
that
work with?
I work with other companies like sorry, 1 second. Let me get this out real quick. I have some testimonials for you as well, some references for you to talk to. I know Kiki's wanted some. Native Sun Construction is one of our accounts. We also work with Shaw Construction, other companies around the Denver area.
Well, how is this going to work then? Is like most of these guys are some of my direct competition. So
Yes.
You're doing the same thing for my competition that you would do for me?
I don't specifically have safety stocks. I have one with another company. In general, I do work with these companies, but that's something that
I mean, that's concerning, it's like if you got safety stock for these guys, so you're setting them up to win jobs the same as me, so we're getting treated the same.
So,
I mean, or you guys make sure you're putting me in the best position to win.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have limited space in the warehouse for safety stock, so we can only keep safety stock for a certain amount of companies. These in particular aren't people with safety stock. These are just companies that I've worked with that I know David, right, pretty well. At least he said that. I don't know if you do for sure, but
I don't know if I've said it because it was the first time I've met, so I haven't brought up David yet.
Yeah, no, I talked to David and he said,
okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, David and I have a history, that's for sure. But
absolutely.
I don't know if I'd call it a good one.
Well, that's okay. I figured I'd throw some names on there that you could give them a call, ask them what they think, get their honest opinions, stuff like that. Another issue that he said that you guys were having, is that you guys have been outsourcing help for hot water tapping. So, and another part of that is he said that things have been breaking and you guys have been having to pay the damages from that.
Mhm.
Would you say that that's been an issue?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, one solution that I have for that, if you're interested, we have 3 guys in our facility that are trained to do hot water tapping. So we have 2 guys in the warehouse and 1 guy that does inside sales, and they are basically on call at your needs. To be able to do that, we prefer like a 2-week notice.
So I gotta go back to this. It's like, I'm getting hung up on this. It's like, if there's the safety stock, how many customers that you allocate to have that safety stock? And then with that, you have the inside sales guys that are supposed to be at my disposal, but also at their disposal. So how easily is the safety stock for me, and how easy can I get to your guys when I need them? Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's like we're pretty busy. We've got a large company, so I need someone that's.
Yeah, no, for sure. As far as the safety stock, I don't know the number on the amount of space that we have, but I have worked with my managers and stuff, and I know that we do have a spot available for you in your company. Like I said, we can talk about the size of what that needs to be. As far as the hot water tapping, we have 3 guys, which is a lot more than I've heard at all in the industry. And like I said, if you give us 2 weeks notice, we'll get it on the schedule and they are allocated that day for you and your company to be able to help you with that. So we do have, I have a pricing sheet for you. Because it's a flat fee, but it's dependent on the size of if you do a main line with a smaller main line, it's like an intersection of the diameters. So I have this for you. And then if we go from the main line and then do a service line, so poly or copper, branch out of that with a cord stop. I have the pricing for that below, and that's a little bit cheaper just because it's easier to be able to do that.
Do I get, does my guys, my competition get the same pricing? Everybody gets the same pricing?
Yes, so that in general is just kind of a
How do
set
I get a
price.
better pricing?
Well, we could work more on the pricing for the products that you would buy with that. So for the poly or copper, or for the SCR35, for the C900, stuff like that, that's where we'd work in.
Give me 1 second, I looks like I've got something coming in here. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, where were we? Sorry.
You're fine. So we have 3 guys that do that, and one of the big perks, I know when I talked to Kahis, let me double check that this is right, but he said you guys have a goal to build 3 housing developments with 40 houses per development by this coming summer. You wanted to get that done. That was a big goal for your
And
company.
this is all Hollinger shared all this info?
Yes,
And he shares a lot of stuff to a person we don't really know a lot.
I guess,
Right.
But anyways, the way that I could see this helping you, benefiting you, is that if we do have nothing on the schedule, say 1 guy, say they all don't have something scheduled, you could have all 3 guys working hot water tapping that day.
So I have to have a 2-week notice. Well,
You don't
if I-
have to. If there's
then how does that work? If I get somebody that's, I have to have it tomorrow
yeah.
or today.
So if there's nothing scheduled for that day for 1 or all of the guys, anyone that's available can go help you.
But if there's a schedule, then I'm SOL.
Yeah, we'd probably have to reschedule for another day, or
So then I just have to stick with my regular guy that can do it.
I wouldn't foresee it being that big of an issue. We don't have that many.
How busy is the schedule right now? How far out are you booked?
I can't give you, it's not every day. Hot water tapping is probably something that happens once a week, twice a week, maybe it's sporadic. So I don't foresee there being an issue of scheduling. Say you need something done right away, and maybe I have a company that I'm working with that could wait a couple days. Maybe I communicate with them, see if we can swap schedules. That's something we could definitely work on if that's something you're worried about.
Well, it is. I mean, if like I said, we are a larger company, and
For sure.
to be honest, it's when I want stuff done, I need it done today,
Right.
tomorrow. Waiting 2 weeks sometimes just doesn't fit our schedule. To be honest, the other guy, is a good friend of mine. He drops stuff and he comes when I need it. So that's gonna be a hard one for me to swallow. It's like if you guys say I have to go 2 weeks out.
Yeah, Yeah, so, I mean, you don't have to go 2 weeks out, like I said. I don't really foresee that being an issue, but I know you guys have schedules planned out ahead of time. And I can keep checking in with you, figure out when you need somebody, and I'll get it on the schedule right away when we communicate about that. But another big perk about working with us over outsourcing is that we have insurance that covers if there are damages. We haven't had that issue arise yet, but from what Alejandro had spoken about, there has been some issues with concrete cracking and stuff like that around the area where hot water tapping is happening, and you guys have been having to pay for that.
So you guys are gonna pay for the damages?
So our insurance specifically covers that, so you guys wouldn't have to handle that.
So you guys do foresee damages happening?
No, we haven't
insurance?
had an issue. But with the company that you're currently working for, with there being issues happening and you guys having to pay out of pocket to fix issues that are occurring, that's one thing we can get to the table, is that you don't have to pay for those damages.
What else do you bring to the table?
So we have free delivery up to 75 miles.
That's not very far.
Well, with waterworks, ductile iron, stuff like that, big pipes like that,
I got a customer that does the entire state.
okay, well, we can talk about that a little bit, but, and we could work with you for sure.
I mean,
That is,
75 miles, I mean, if you're gonna tell me 75 miles, that gives me a small corridor
Right.
where I have to work.
but,
Then so what's the fee outside of 75 miles?
so that's dependent on the weight of the load and, the distance. I know specifically for you, I don't think we'll have a huge issue because, a lot of the developments that you guys work with are in the Denver metro area or in Colorado Springs, which is within that 75-mile radius. Other than that, what locations are you worried about with that 75-mile distance?
What locations?
Yeah, for
It's
any
in my
development,
jobs, I mean, it's just in my jobs, if I go out 75 miles. So
right?
it's concerning, because now how do I know that the weight and how do I figure that into my job to make
Yeah.
sure, I'm looking out for me. I want to make sure I'm profitable.
Right, for sure. And that's something we'll plan out ahead of time too, and I'll have open communication with you about how much it'll cost. I could actually get you a sheet with the average cost for different weights and stuff like that with different distances, so you know that ahead of time and you can plan for that when you're.
What's your delivery schedule look like? How fast can you guys deliver?
It
Is
depends.
that the same 2 weeks? Like I have to plan 2 weeks out?
No, so depending on how much you're getting, say you're just getting like a butterfly valve or something smaller, maybe one item. We could probably hot shot that to you the same day. Obviously it depends on the schedule. If you need it right away, we'll find a way to get it to you right away. But for bigger stuff, obviously we need to order that ahead of time. If you had the safety stock, wouldn't be as much of an issue. Which is again, another big perk is that you wouldn't have to worry about ordering it that far ahead of time. You just have it in the warehouse.
My other, big perk is that I get to go on a fishing trip every year with my other guy.
Yeah,
Takes me in Canada.
yeah.
What do you guys bring?
I mean, we could get something set up for that for
Really?
sure. Depending, yeah.
Depending on what?
Depending on if you
How much
decide
do I
to
have to
partner
do with
with
you?
us. We don't have a number set for that.
No?
No. So
So I just get to go on a fishing trip this next year?
it's something we could talk about for sure.
Okay.
I'll have to talk with my managers and stuff about that as well.
That's a hard one. I like going fishing every year to Canada, so.
Yeah. So another thing. So for warranty, for pipe, our manufacturers actually cover any damages. So say something gets affected on the delivery to you through a outside company that would direct ship it to you guys. Say something occurs, you'd reach out to me, I'd talk to the manufacturer, and we'd fill that up with stuff that we already have in stock.
Well, I know manufacturers,
Mhm.
they say one thing and then they do their own schedule, so.
Oh, well,
Are you confident that you get that good relationship with manufacturers, that they're gonna do what they say they're gonna do?
yeah, for sure. So what we would actually do is we take whatever you need out of our stock, give it to you, and then they reimburse us. So you wouldn't have to worry
So
about
if you don't have
waiting.
the stock,
If it's a specialty product, then we have 80 locations that we can communicate with, so that we have 80 local companies around the country. I know you guys are in 17 states. We're in all of those states in general.
but I thought I was supposed to have, like, if I set up with you guys, that I was supposed to have my own stocking program where you guys would have this stuff for me all the time.
Yeah, but it would depend on
But
the
now-
product that you need. So say you want this many feet of C900 in the warehouse at all times. We do that. If you want to have some specialty products in there, if you want to have some butterfly valves, stuff like that in there, we could have it in there. But if it is more of a kind of an odd item, not a commodity, and it's not something you want to have in that safety stock, because again, like after 18 months, if it's not used, you'll have to pay for it. We can get it from one of our other companies.
Can I just call them direct? Can I buy direct from them? You go through on that, or can I just buy direct?
I mean, you could get charged through our account and then get it from them if you are, say you're in Colorado Springs and.
Yeah, but I don't want to go through I want to just buy direct.
I mean.
Try to cut out the middle guy, right? Is that possible? I mean.
We could do that, but I think you'd have more of an advantage just coming to us for, like anything that you need, really.
Okay.
Because we can do all that communication for you. I don't want you to have to worry about that during your schedule and stuff to have to communicate with another company. So you could just reach out to me, say, hey, I'm looking for this, and you wouldn't have to worry about what's happening on the back end. I just get it taken care of.
And what type of manufacturers? Who do you mainly supply?
So for like poly, we do Crestline or ADS. We do like AY McDonald for brass fittings. We also have Cambridge. Are you looking for more a lower price or a higher quality, would you say?
Well, higher quality, but I just know some of these manufacturers and I know they like to.
Yeah. See,
so do you agree?
No, so I would say that with our relationship with them, we haven't seen any issues, but if something did arise and it was our fault or it was their fault, we'd make sure that it got made up to you.
So I didn't realize ADS made poly.
Yeah, they do. They have CTS and IPS poly.
Up to what diameter?
Like 3/4, 1 inch.
That's it?
Stuff like that. Like the rolls of it. That's what we supply from ADS, and we have the black corrugated pipe, stuff like that.
They can get larger though on the poly?
I am not sure what
Mr.
size.
Josh, your Prinsco rep is here.
Do what?
Your Prinsco rep is here.
Another rep is here.
Oh, I didn't realize I had back-to-back meetings today.
Yeah.
You should, tell me about this a little ahead of time.
Well, I think that we're all scheduled by that Alejandro guy.
Yeah, well, this Alejandro guy should inform me more that we've got multiple reps.
Yeah.
So now that's kind of rude to Carlee that we gotta cut her off.
No, just get rid of this one and take the next one. Thank you.
So what can I get for you? What can I send over to you? Or other questions?
I'd like to know more about you.
Okay.
The pricing, all the services,
Right.
it's all great.
Right.
It's. I sit here and say the same thing, but it's getting to know you
Right.
first and foremost.
Yeah.
So.
I would love to
I-
get
I-
into it now, but it sounds like you have another meeting. Is it okay
Yeah.
if we set up a time next week and we can get into that more?
I'll get in touch with you.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Okay. So do you have a card for me by chance?
No, I actually just ran out, so
Okay.
sorry.
Well, there's my card. Reach out to me. Is it okay if I don't hear back from you in the next couple of days if I stop by next week, Wednesday at like noon?
Why don't you check in with the lady out front and see what my schedule looks like?
Okay.
I'm hit and miss. I just.
Okay. Sounds
So,
good. I'll
alright.
get something scheduled and we can meet again here and talk about that.
Thanks, Carlee.
Thank you for your time.